eggy weggy. Ooh, eggy eggy. Ooh, eggy weggy.
All right, that was our very own Ferroliquid and CLXRB underscore ETH coming in with the banger of the year. Honestly, I'm never going to get tired of hearing Eggy Weggy on my timeline ever, ever. So that is for you, Fairy, and for all of the community coming in to listen. I had to choose my song wisely. I'm sorry for everyone coming back in and listening to, to this, but I love it. Hello, ladies. How are you?
Uh, I was not expecting to walk into Eggy Weggy after months and months of not hearing the Queen speak. I am honoured that you started with my terrible voice. I actually have dinner planned and my oven's going off, but I just really, really miss you guys. So I just wanted to come up here and say hello, see how you guys are doing. Frankie, how are you?
Hey, hey, I love Eggy Way's song. I definitely think it's better than any song I've ever made, and debatably better than Anya singing in like a professional studio or a professional like Corridors Hall or whatever the hell it is. It's just simply iconic for Artifact. Like it is what it is. I don't make the rules, you know?
Oh my god, what a compliment. And also, what a huge lie. Because your songs are saucy, Frankie.
Yes, exactly. Fully agree there. And I just want to say thank you and we love you and we miss you, Fairy. I know you're so busy all the time and you're so good at disconnecting from the things that are just like kind of extra. Like you are so good at like really honing in on the things that really need your attention, and I'm so proud of you for that because I try to dip like all of my fingers and toes into every little thing that needs like attention, and sometimes things get like the thinnest part of my attention. So I'm just I'm so glad to hear you, though I know it's been a minute, but we get to hear you on the creator spaces when you run the Artifact Creators account, when you guys are doing your spaces, and you have been killing it and choosing the most incredible people to interview. It's just been really wild, and I'm just so proud of you guys. And Frankie, thank you so much for being up here as well. I am so glad that we get to do this again. I'm sad that we're not going to be able to do Sunday tea spaces. Those have been becoming my favorite. But I am actually going to be gone this Sunday. So if you guys are going to do Sunday tea time, it will have to be without me because I will be in Vegas. So, but thank you, ladies, for coming up and everything. Fairy, don't burn your food. It's like jump down anytime you need to. You don't have to stay up here for that long. But we're just glad to have you. And then anybody else, Queens, if you want to come up, V, I see you in the audience. Azila, I see you in the audience. Erica, I see you in the audience. Anybody else who wants to come up, we're just gonna kind of hang out again this week. We're gonna do more structured spaces in the future. We've been doing a lot of like freehand community spaces and everything like that, and we definitely want to get back into the swing of having a very awesome, juicy topic to dive into. And so we're definitely going to get to that soon, and dive into something really fun, and Erica, I want to welcome you to the stage as well. Thank you for coming up.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me up. And as some of you know, I'm going to be like wildly opportunistic today. And if it's okay, I was just invited to share something that's coming up next after this space. It's a super, super special thing for, I think, the NFT space because we're going to be doing a solstice celebration with a Hopi elder that the Hopi don't tend to sort of use titles and stuff, so I can't sort of tell you his role in the culture, but he's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful person. And this is one of the U.S. oldest cultures. Sorry, my brain's scrambling because I was just sending out invites. But yeah, so he'll be singing, and he's got his drum here, and we were just sound testing it actually. So I don't don't know. I was thinking, depending on what you guys wanted to, we could do a little sound check just for the Queens. That would be pretty cool. But yeah, so just give me a heart if you're open to that. And we could literally, because we've never done a Twitter space before. He barely knows what Twitter is. I'm just making fun of him. He's smiling at me. But we're just to give you a little context, we're just sitting here in my little home studio with my husband and my son. And yeah, so anyway, so I think today, because it's the solstice, we really just want to celebrate and bring his lovely presence to our space. And then we're also doing a photography project together, but I just don't think that's as interesting as just having him here, and he'll be answering some questions. So long story short, not to get too verbose here, but if anyone here is interested and they have a question for Seymour, that's part of what we're going to be doing. And just because he'd like a moment to think about it, and because there's a number of especially spiritual topics that he can't dive into publicly, if you want, just shoot me a text and someone will be checking it for me. My husband will be checking it for me, I hope. And, or not a text, a Twitter message. And then with your question, and then we'd bring you up and you could talk to him directly. So yeah, I think, are we mic'd? Are we all good? You ready, Seymour? They're just, sorry, my husband is handing him some headphones. Got a little soundboard. We're doing it. We're trying to figure out how to do this the real way. So pardon the delay here.
Yes, and I just wanted to confirm with you as well that yes,
you know what? I can't hear her.
Please jump in.
My sound up. I'm sorry, I didn't know who was speaking. 1 second.
No, you're all good. We'd love to hear a sample of what you guys are going to be bringing in about 45 minutes for your own space. Definitely, please
Thank
do.
you, Anya. Thank you so much. Now I can hear you, and I'm going to plug back in and then not be able to hear you. So one quick sec here.
Dude, happy summer solstice. I hope that the sun actually comes out now. I don't know about y'all's neck of the woods, but here in Atlanta, it's not even summer. It's easily the coldest summer on record, actually, across the globe. I don't think the sun's been out in LA. I think that England and Europe is hitting their record cold in summer. I'm just saying. So everybody say happy summer solstice. Let's get the sun out. You know what I mean?
Here we go. Solstice. Seymour, do you want to say a little greeting first, or just dive in?
Yes, good afternoon, everybody. I'm hoping you guys are having a good day. And I agree with the person that was talking last that it's been unusually cool here as a farmer on Hopi. It's been strange. We're at the solstice and we should be at a pretty warm temperature, and we haven't even reached over 90 degrees at home. Normally we should be at about 100, 105 by now. So, but hopefully the journey is going to be good. It's not going to continue to get cold, and because we need to do our harvest at the end of the season. So.
Beautiful. Thank you, Seymour. And smell good then? Does that sound okay?
Yeah, but I'm trying to harvest something.
How did his voice sound?
It was very clear, real beautiful audio. I can hear him perfectly. It was very nice.
LFG. So yeah, make sure you guys check out Erica's space when they do this full beautiful ceremony. We're really, really excited about it. If you guys want to tweet out this room, tweet out Erica's room. We're only going to go about 45 minutes right now because we want to support our fellow queen in celebrating. So yeah, just if anybody wants to jump up, we are on a tighter time today than usual, but we're really excited to be here. I'm actually sitting in my closet right now because my sister's here and she's taking job interviews. And I'm like, this is my apartment. This is literally my home, but I'm the one in the closet. So, yeah.
Okay, and do you guys want to hear him sing a little bit?
Yes, please.
Okay, he'll just do part of the song because I know you guys don't have a lot of songs.
Okay, I'll be singing one of the songs that are connected to the Water Maiden dance that we perform at home. And I also do performances elsewhere. So this is a song that I composed, and that I use for my performances when I get asked to go somewhere.
And
So,
sorry, Seymour, just to jump in there briefly too, I should say that Seymour's music is in the Smithsonian collection, and yeah, he's just beloved out at home when he does ceremonies. It's very, very powerful. Thank you so much, Seymour, and I hope that wasn't too long, everybody. We were actually, I guess you couldn't hear?
I couldn't hear through the microphone.
He couldn't hear himself through the headphones. We were trying to fix that. But we'll see. We're going to wing it. Web3 winging it. So. Okay. All right. Well, we got to let you guys do your thing, and we will figure it out. But did that sound okay in terms of sort of volume and quality?
Yeah, I think it was just the right amount of volume. The sound came in really clear. Both him and the instrument, you could hear it simultaneously. It sounds great. It's
okay,
perfect.
I think that was good. All right. Well, we much love to you all. Beautiful, happy solstice to you. Have a beautiful summer. And we'd be honored if you come to our space. It'd be really, really, really special to have some clones there. So lots of love and see you guys soon.
Thank you, Erica. Thank you.
Thank you, dear. Bye. Oh, you know what? Can I pin the space up above?
Oh, yes. I pinned I pinned the link as well as the part of the thread
beautiful.
that yes for
Amazing.
you. So and we'll remind everyone towards the end of our space to jump in. So
absolutely.
thank you for coming. We're so excited for you. It'll be great.
Oh, you're incredible. Thank you so much. Bye, everybody.
Wow.
I feel like my chakras were unblocked or something. It was really cool. Wow, never really heard anything like that. So let's go. Always keeping it interesting up here, to say the least. We also have Wiz Pill or Wiz up here. What's up?
What's cooking?
I mean, apparently some authentic tribal music, which is, pretty cool. Gotta say.
Sick.
Word. Yeah. How are you?
Chilling.
All right. So yeah.
I'm not giving
Okay.
you the cold shoulder, by the way. I'm just a very efficient person with my words. But Anya was hosting the space and they pulled up to one of my spaces before, so I figured pull up to show support and kind of eavesdrops as I usually do as a researcher on everything arts, culture, and tech. So don't mind me.
That's incredible. We really appreciate your support, and we do love making efficient of our words, our energy and everything. So I love that. I want to give another shout out to Erica as well. She's going to be having her space in about 40-ish minutes or so. And if you are interested in asking any questions to the leader that she is interviewing from the Hopi tribe, please DM her any questions. Yeah, that's really incredible. I'm actually such a huge like fangirl of Erica because she's been doing photography of the tribes of some of the nations that we have and across the United States and she travels quite a bit for her projects that she does to give voices and to highlight their communities, and it's just really incredible stuff. So if you've never seen her photography before, definitely check it out. It's so beautiful. And somebody who comes from Arizona as well, we have very big presence of nations there, and so it's just really beautiful to see and to witness more of that being highlighted. So we're really really cool. And yeah, and I know I'm sorry for shocking you with our various ways of we're getting desperate here to bring out the summer, and so we're bringing in our some tribal energy. We're bringing out Eggy Weggy. Like we're trying very hard to, to encourage some warm summer goodness and some good vibes. I'm hearing whispers of people that are hoping that the bull market is going to be on the horizon soon, and I would certainly love that to be the case, but it's always a toss up whether or not that's going to be it, especially when we have days like today where the Fed chair goes in and speaks and says something, and says something like crypto in his sentence, and it's always a wild day to be sure. But yeah, and Compound, thank you for coming up and joining the stage. How are you doing? Why are you awake so early?
Whoa, 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 whoa. Throwing shots. Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I woke up a little late today. I hop in the Only Queen space, not knowing what to expect, and I caught a face full of vibes, an ear full of vibes. Like I don't know why I needed that this morning. Space isn't always the best, like for sound, and they had the phone at the perfect distance where it was just like the perfect audio. I was throwing her like thumbs up while she was asking, was the sound good? I was like, yeah, no, that was perfect. So, guys, I think I'm gonna be honest with you. Um, I read something that this is like an El Nino year. I'm not sure what that means because I don't know anything about that, but the weather's off this year. Like it's cooler, and it's gonna stay cooler. It's not gonna get as hot at like when we're used to for the last couple of years. I want to do some more research into it, but there's a specific reason for it, and it's something called an El Nino, whatever that means.
Yes, I think it's supposed to
So,
be kind of a wetter year for us. So yeah, I think that's what that means. But if anybody knows a little bit more about El Nino than Compound and I do, you are welcome to come to the stage and educate us a bit as well.
well, I do know that previously our government has called it global warming, and then this year it was so rainy and so cold, and it's just so different. They've switched it up to climate change now. So we're no longer warming, the climate's just changing. Oh man.
Yeah, I don't know about y'all, but there's hella chemtrails in Atlanta. Like, it'll be a nice sunny day, and then next thing you know, there's some lines in the sky and it's cloudy. You can
Yeah.
call me a conspiracy theorist, but it's just like correlations,
No,
causation.
it's real. They're here too. They cover up the sky. They manipulate the weather. It's normal. It's normal now.
Can't wait for the aliens to come terraform the planet because we're doing a shit job, to be honest.
Guys, I love this. I really do. I embrace like all forms of conversation, and I would like to not be shadow banned for like the rest of time. And so if we could like maybe not go into the realm of some of the, maybe things that would I mean I know that Elon is highly supportive. Praise Elon. Thank you for not shutting us down. For he is highly supportive of all forms of discussion, definitely. But I definitely want to avoid being, kicked off the platform and all kinds of things. But no, I just grateful to everyone coming in and everything. I do want to say it is a wispy cloud day for me as well. It is warmer, and I'm grateful for that. Thank you for the first day of summer. And everything. I do hope that El Nino doesn't affect us so bad that we have another intense winter like we did this last winter, because I don't think I could live in Utah for another year if I get that much snow again. I'm going to be.
Wait, did Anya
I
rug?
rugged. I must
No,
have pressed the button. I'm
it
sorry.
was Elon Musk. Elon Musk like came for
See,
her and
this is
like
what
had to
I'm
cut her
saying,
down.
guys. This is what I'm saying. All I was saying is I don't want to get buried in snow again. So I hope El Nino doesn't do that for us.
If anyone's shadow banned, it's definitely me. One thing I do want to is I want to talk about the Artifact World Tour thing. I think that's really interesting, and I don't know if it was covered during the town hall, but I do. Cass, tell us, or Anya. I think it's really cool, and I'm sure other people have questions if I have questions, right?
I need information. I'm just now. Yeah, I want all the information on this Artifact World Tour. When is this?
I don't. Sorry, I can give some clarity to that. So I know Cass is listening in my audience. So Cass, you're welcome to come up and correct me if I say anything wrong. But basically what's happening is, if you have a community that you are a part of, or maybe you wanted to start a community, this is kind of your time to shine, so that Artifact can start highlighting some of the groups of people. Yeah, there we go. Cass is coming up. Some of the groups that we have all over the world, that have, I know Midwest USA has been very passionate about wanting to do something. Midwest for the US is really big. So I don't know how they're going to do all that, but yes, and I know I had reached out to my Utah community. I think we're trying to do something in January 2024. And then the Queens, we had just briefly discussed possibly doing one as well. So, but Cass, give us the rundown. What is this whole world tour about? Can you give us some more details?
I think you nailed it for the most part. Definitely trying to make sure we help highlight the local communities as we've done, but just take it up a notch and kind of tie it all together. We're gonna help produce live streams and things like that, so these things can be seen and replicated across each community and make sure it's just unique, fun experiences. And it's not everything isn't going to be like a panel or a discussion. So I've already seen and talked to a few different groups about ideas that they've got, and a lot of different cool things. It's super cool, and I'm excited because there's just too many dope people around the world that we can try to spotlight and give a platform to. And I think that's a lot of what's happening right now behind the scenes, is trying to build out some of these different concepts to do all this.
I have a request for a Murakami painted private jet that is manned by Cass, that is going to take me from world tour to world tour, each city. I want all the Murakami vibes on the plane, hand painted, nothing less.
Can I tell you that's going to be a very short tour because I cannot fly a plane. So we probably wouldn't move very far. Granted, the jet would be sick. So I'll see if I can get that request sorted. But yeah.
Sam. We're lucky Sam flies. I totally forgot. Like, we're
Oh, that's
set.
right.
He might
Damn.
not have his license yet, but that's okay.
Yeah, when there's just like casually people who can fly planes around, I forget about that shit sometimes.
I've realized everybody in between New York and Utah falls into CloneX Midwest, minus Texas. If you call Texas the Midwest, those guys will get in your DMs real quick. So
Yeah,
Texas
I
is
think
its
people
own
also
country.
forget just how freaking big the United States is. Like from like California is as big as Japan. Like that's just California. And then next to that you've got Nevada and then Utah and then Colorado and then like you've got all these states like stacks next to each other. And also Utah, Colorado, Arizona, and Mexico are like these four big squares, and there are millions of people living in these like just like gigantic like plots of land, huge, and vastly they're all like uninhabited like areas of the desert. It's wild. I wish you could see like the look on some people's faces when they're like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go to like LA and then I'll pop over to like the Grand Canyon. I'm like, babe, it is it is not it is not next door. They are not neighbors. Like that's a long ways away. And so
You want to
incredible.
know how I know America is massive? Because I took a bus trip all the way from Boston to California one time. And let me tell you, I sat my ass on that bus for 4 fucking days. 4 fucking days. I'm never doing this shit again.
actually laughing out loud. Hey, I saw an overlay one time of fucking Wiz. That's funny, bro. Never doing that again, and I've never done it once. So I saw an overlay of the UK on top of Kansas or something. That was like the size of Kansas altogether. I was like, what? That how y'all fit so many people in this little ass area? What's going on here?
Yeah, that's just incredible to me. And I mean, and kudos to anybody who has been, oh, that looks great, babe. Um, uh, Kudos to anybody who has taken like the trip across the country, because I know there's a few different ways that you can like do it sort of. Like you can take Route 66 and kind of travel most of like the United States. That's a really fun one. And then, you know, I think they have a couple of trains that you can do. The train one is really cool if you go through like some of the mountainous areas. Bus is something I like sounds terrifying to me. But I'm sure that it's way efficient because you can get on, you know, roads that are maybe a little bit harder to get to, and then obviously a bus being that if it has a bathroom in the back, that's convenient.
It,
So
it sounds good in theory. The problem is that the entire time you don't get to shower, first of all. Or if you do get to shower, it's really like in and out type shit. Like this was not no fucking tour bus situation where like you were an A-lister or whatever. You're like a random citizen just packed into a bus full of people that at any given point might ruin the entire trip for you because you're stuck with them. Um, in case in point, there was this guy apparently talking about how he's a former KKK member, telling about his achievements of how he's successfully done things. And I'm like, I'm stuck with this dude and this bus for 4 days. There's no fucking way, bro. I gotta get out of here. But I made it out somehow. And don't even get me started on the fucking cornfields, dude. I'm sorry. Like, no offense to the farmers of America. God bless y'all. Y'all keep the backbone of this country alive. But something about staring at the sea of cornfields for hours on end, it makes you go insane. I'm not even joking. Like, let me tell you, you'll be thankful you see civilization again after driving 12 hours straight between cornfields and no reception.
did anybody else grow up in a place where there were like cornfields, just massive like cornfields where you drive by and you see like the um the rows, and it's like it's like you watching like a person run. Is anybody familiar with that? I grew up in Arizona, and so Arizona is really agriculturally friendly for things like cotton, because it's a dry state, and so the cotton is really, really white. It stays that way because of how dry the weather is, and also corn and oranges and all kinds of citrus and things like that. But anyways, and I lived in Gilbert, and at the time, Gilbert was just like all farmland, and like every time we drive by this just like huge plot of land with that, it was always like watching some like person run through the fields. Repsy knows what I'm talking about because he lives in Arizona, so I see him like hearting all my things.
Did you see a crop circle, Anya?
No. They don't have crop circles, at least that I'm not aware of. I don't know.
I went to England for my 20th and I stayed on a farm, and one of the mornings I woke up and there was a crop circle. It was crazy. They were like, I have no idea how that happened.
Yeah,
So if there's a farmer, tell us how you guys do
I
it.
live in Gilbert, Anya. I'm actually in Gilbert now. And there are very, very few farms left out here. Trust me, it is pavement and houses and shopping centers and, normal city life out here now. There's the occasional dairy farm here and there, but even Queen Creek's pretty built up now. Like you really got to get out there to get to the farm. But yeah, there's some farmland left out here. I would imagine it's very, very, very valuable land, and they're just not going to sell it. So, um, yeah, but it's not like it used to be for sure.
Yeah, we lived out in the downtown. It's like downtown Gilbert, right? And they have like that little city strip where it's like big businesses now, like that whole area. And they used to have a little gaming like shop that was that was on that row. It was like all really like beat up, old places, but there was a little place that used to sell Pokemon cards, and we could like walk down there and buy Pokemon cards and all kinds of things. Like, oh my gosh, the days. But no, I know it because all my family still lives out there, and so it's sad to see that there's not as much farmland as there used to be in that area. Now it's more like probably more to the north, I think. We drive from the north. So yeah, it's more north, I think, and in the areas where like the larger freeways are, where they have all their agricultural now, I think. But no, I still love it though. I mean, I definitely don't love the heat. But I mean, maybe it's a cooler summer now that we're in El Nino territory. No? Okay.
It's still hot. I don't care. Anything over 100 degrees is hot, and it's over 100 degrees, so I'm hot. I'm miserable.
Yeah, what is that in Celsius? Oh, hold on. Let me see if I can figure out that really quickly on my
For the UK people, that's like melting, because I think Ferry was complaining about like what was the equivalent of like 90 in 90 Fahrenheit. Like Arizona people are built to last through like infernos or something. I don't know.
Yeah, 100%. And I just Googled it, and it's 37 to 38 degrees Celsius is how hot Arizona gets in the summer, or more, because
Yeah.
sometimes it's like 39 to 40
And
Celsius.
for reference, 100 degrees Celsius, that's boiling temperature. So you're basically just about halfway through boiling alive. What the fuck is wrong with America, bro? Like, why haven't people here, like, took up arms and, like, protested this shit yet? How?
And the thing is, it was people who decided that the Sonoran Desert was going to be a great place to live. And this was like way before air conditioning or any of those things, those amenities had become, come into existence. So I mean, it's on y'all, like for deciding to make a home there and thinking it was going to be okay. And you know what? I know what it is. You go there in the wintertime and you're like, this is nice, right? Like this is pretty good. Like I could do this like all year long, but it's not Hawaii. Like you can't just be in this gorgeous like paradise for the rest of forever. It's going to get you in the summer. Like their summers are their winters, basically. It's just crazy. But anyways, back to the topic at hand that we were discussing was because the Cass, I posted your recap video of Japan and what you guys did as a community out there hosting that event, and you guys were supporting it. Artifact was, and that is what we can do as a community. If you have a community that you're wanting to highlight, if you're wanting to bring some of the community to you and host an event, whatever it is you're trying to do. And I will also post up the link to Cass's Google document as well, if you want to fill that out, to submit your community for an event that you guys will be putting on, and Artifact will be supporting you guys and giving some attention to that area. We would be so delighted to come visit you. Honestly, like, please let us know where we can. The Texas event that happened, I think it was for Cinco de Mayo. They sent me a message. We're like, please come, and I was like, I can't come. I want to come so badly. But so next Cinco de Mayo on my calendar, I'm going to Texas for the Artifact Clone event. Wherever it is, you guys are having it in Texas. Texas is a pretty big place, but wherever it is, I will go.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that group has definitely suggested some things already, and it's super cool because, like you said, there's a lot of different people, and I think it's not even so much about, like, you know, if you guys want to host an event, even if there are some some artists or their creators or builders. You know, somebody, I think from Australia, had said something about, like, Australia didn't have enough people, but you know, I was already chatting to some Aussies by the time I saw that tweet, and yeah, it's probably going to be good for us to just have a whole dedicated space to kind of talk a little bit more and make sure people understand. But we're still going to leave the form up for another month or so, and a lot of these ideas too, you know, they're going to be things that we'll be able to use in 2024 and going forward, so that way it's a little bit more organized for people, and you know, not everyone's kind of stressing like last minute to FOMO into an event halfway across the world or something.
I mean, I will FOMO into an event halfway across the world if it looks good enough. I maybe we don't recommend that for everyone. This is not financial
Yeah,
advice for
I
anyone.
don't have the ETH bags for it yet, so you're gonna have to save some luggage space for me or some shit. Put me in a wheel well somewhere.
We're gonna put you in the Remova bag.
Yes,
Those look
there you
super
go.
dope.
I am not a worker bot.
Yes, you are.
Not that small.
I've heard that the Remo bags are pretty spacious. So I'm not gonna say that, like, you know, it's not possible yet, but, like, you know, it's just there's still a possibility. You know, we could afford to send you out to wherever we are and make sure you get to that area.
Told you guys, this is why we need the Murakami jet. I'm simply just thinking about the community here.
Out of all of the things that I've heard for community ideas for us to use, I think a community jet would probably be the most interesting one to see play out. Could you imagine the sign up list on that bad boy if people heard they just got free reign to take a jet wherever? But yeah, that would be pretty dope. I'm sure somebody will get that NFT project started.
You heard it here first. Cass has confirmed our conspiracy theories that the team is coming up with a jet for all of us to see each other whenever we want to.
Chill. Nah, chill.
Flown by Sam. It's gonna be AI autopilot, personally coded
There we
by
go.
Sam.
Yes, Sam's gonna be a digital figure in the seat, driving us all on his plane. It's gonna be wrapped with, like, all of the artifact, you know, everything on the outside of it. It's gonna look like a Rimowa bag on the outside of that plane. It's gonna be gorgeous. And also, I just want to welcome Kane to the stage. Thank you for coming out.
Yeah, I was just walking my dog, so I can't really talk. But I was gonna ask for the form, but that's what you think.
Yes, I pinned it to the top, the form.
I'm sorry, Kane sounded like he was swimming in a river.
Dude, like, was like stuck in the mouth of a dragon or something.
It's because I have the noise canceling on, I think.
Ooh, I gotta say, I got a pair of. I usually don't even like rave about Apple, but I got a pair of the Apple Pro headphones, and the noise canceling is actually crazy. I'm very impressed, and I have a lot of different headphones.
The AirPods?
Yep.
You already know what I think about that.
They're so silent, like
That's fire.
Yeah, no, I love these things. I highly recommend them to anybody who's wanting very comfortable noise canceling headphones. 90% of the time when you hear me on these spaces, I'm wearing these big old cushy things that go on the outside of my ears because it blocks out the noise that's coming from you guys talking to me and your potty mouths, so that I can hear everything that you guys are saying on these spaces. And then also when, when it lends to me and sitting doing, folding some laundry and everything, I can kind of block out all the SpongeBob slash bluey sounds that are coming from the television behind me. So it's perfect. Highly recommend.
I've often thought, like, are we corrupting the minds of Anya's innocent children every time we curse? Like, I have personally felt guilty. My first word was a curse word, and I was like, are we going to do this to her, like, gorgeous children?
No, definitely. I have put all the stops in place. My kids have their Disney ears still. They are very much um absolutely protected from y'all's degen tongues. So yes, thank you for your concern.
See, like this is where like I feel like children who are raised in multilingual. I mean, blah, but do I even know how to speak anymore? Children who got the privilege to be raised in a multilingual household, I'm telling you, like these are the peak ones because not only they know how to curse you out, but they know how to curse you out cross languages or cross chain for you watching people if you're trying to get the reference. But it's all fun and games until you get cussed out by a Latina mama and by her children in English and Spanish all at once, and you're sitting here and you have no choice but to take it because if you dare speak up, you know what's gonna come your way? La chancla.
Yeah, we don't and yeah, we definitely are more of a gentle parenting household because I come from a chancla background, and so I know the ranting and raving in Spanish, in the back of the house over somebody broke a glass and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I know that whole perspective. I'm a lot more. Of course, I'm first generation gentle parenting, so like I still have that in me where I'm like, okay, it's 7 o'clock at night. We are going to bed. I need y'all to please listen to me because I will raise my voice. But no, but we love that. The bilingual households are definitely elite. Praise be to everyone who does that. I actually, I'm okay. Long story short, I know sign language. And so when my kids were all little, I actually signed to them when they were babies so that we could like speak to them at a very early age. My aunt lost her voice because of a freak accident of her tonsils getting taken out. And the doctor had clipped her vocal cord on accident and didn't tell her. And then she lost her voice permanently, and it took her like 4 or 5 years to get her voice back. And because of that, she had to learn sign language in order for her to communicate with others. And when me and my cousins were all babies, she like took us to sign language classes so that we could all learn sign language. And so I know sign language. I'm very rusty now, but that was something I was really committed to because sign language is one of the first languages that babies can actually communicate with, since it's like, using the dexterity of their hands, which is something that they know how to use really, really early on in their age. So highly recommend that if you are looking to start a family at some point. Highly recommend sign language. It's really fun.
Starting a family in this economy, bro. I don't know about that one, man. Like the bear market is looking a little too rough to be raising kids right now.
Anya looks over to to the left and right.
It's too late. It's too late for me. Save yourselves.
I mean, like, kudos to you, though. Like, I've seen a lot of parents in this space, and I'm like, damn, like, y'all must be really passionate about this shit. Because, like, being a parent is a full time job. I know that because I recently became a godfather, and the child just turned 1 year old. And let me tell you, that motherfucker a handful. Like, he does things that I had no idea a child could do at that age, bro. It's like let me tell you something. I give him my phone for him to mess around because I thought, oh, like he's a kid, right? Like what's the worst that can happen? Tell me why dude goes over to my apps, starts opening up my MetaMask and all that stuff, and starts doing things. And I'm like, all right, enough fun time for you, little buddy. Like I'm gonna have to take this away, shut it down. Just I don't know, like hand you like a WWE figurine, like normal people, because that's what I grew up on. I didn't play with no phones. I play with like dolls and shit.
I feel you, dude. I also just want to give a quick time reference just because we are gonna wrap at the top of the hour and funnel everybody into Erica's Super Solstice space. I just wanted to throw that out there if anybody wanted to jump up before we wrap.
I just got to say, saying that I come from a chancla background, it's just was hilarious, and I knew exactly what you meant because my friends growing up were Mexican, and I'd go to all their like quinceañeras, and I'd go to all their like birthday parties and everything, so I know exactly what that meant. And then secondly, one of my favorite videos on the internet is a guy, like a kid who goes around his school in Utah, and he asks all his friends at school like what their favorite cuss word is, and all of them are like frick and god dang it and gee dang it. Like there's not a single real cuss word, but all the kids in Utah like think they're cuss words because that's just how they've been raised, like to not they've been raised right. They don't cuss every second word. So when I was in Utah hanging out with Jace, he's the same way. He doesn't cuss, and his favorite one is frick. He used it all the time, and I was like, boy, I really am in Utah right now, because I cuss way too much, and I've had to work on it myself.
I had a good friend that was a fricker. Yeah, he was also a fricker. He'd drop the frick all the time, but he loved it. It was, I mean, he loved that word. Used it constantly, but always threw that R in there. R-I.
Can I say Mother Frick is my favorite one? That's the one that really like, because it sounds like it's gonna get real aggressive, but then it just like it ends with the soft landing, you know.
Yeah, it's gosh dang it, dag nabbit, frickin' heck. Some of the older ones, but yeah, those are kind of the more normal.
Anya, watch your mouth around your kids. Good lord.
Yo, this is a recorded space, and Anya's going off out here. Anya, you're serious though? The snow was that bad. You're not gonna live in Utah if it snows like that again. Like it can't be that
Hold on,
bad. Like
hold on, hold on, hold on. I said if I may not survive another year. It will be against my own biological wishes to not be here anymore. My ancestors will swoop in and be like, "Girl, you got to get out of there. There's way too much snow. You're not going to survive another year." And then my body's just gonna like levitate out back to the desert where I belong. Because yeah, it's against me.
did I miss where you're originally from? Is it like Arizona area?
Yeah, it's Arizona. Yeah,
Oh,
me
okay.
and
Come get this
like
heat.
me and like 6 generations before me. I'm a very long time liver of Arizona. My whole family is very passionately about Arizona. They come to visit me even like in the summertime. I think it was maybe like 2 or 3 years ago. They came to visit me for 4th of July, and they were like, "Why is it so cold? What's wrong with you?" Like, because we just had a cold snap, and we just happened to have one. So yeah, they think I'm nuts for living out here.
Shaw grew up in Arizona too, and her parents wanted to be closer, to us. We're gonna get married, and then kids are coming. Despite what Wiz said, hopefully the market turns around so that I'm, can figure this all out. I don't know how Anya does it. Shout out Rupsy, shout out Dre, shout out all the parents that are here all the time.
Well,
But
just
yeah,
so
her
we're
parents
clear,
moved. Her
just so we're
parents moved.
clear, like it's realistic to raise kids in this, I guess, country. It's just that if you're going to do that, you really gotta pick your cards right, man. And in my opinion, having the right partner is really what sets you apart from a shit show and that gentle parenting dream that Anya has got going on here. So yeah, I'm not discouraging anyone. Like by all means, have kids, because Lord knows, like there has not been plenty enough of us out here. 8 billion and counting.
Bro, clones are smart people, and smart people need to reproduce. So let's keep reproducing in the clone community, man.
That's what
We
I'm
need
saying. Like,
smart people. Too
let's
many
make this
idiots.
shit go viral, bro. Like,
Murakami drip baby. I don't know about y'all.
That's it. I mean, that's gonna be probably the core message of it all. Like clones, we are the we are the prettiest. I was gonna say the other word, but I'm prettiest. So get busy.
Anya, oh my
My God.
goodness.
This is the most foul space I've ever heard out of Anya.
Only queens, also Anya. I have to call it out every
Wait,
single time.
Hold on a second. There are multiple people that run the Queen's account. I will say, and it is collaborative effort when we do things on the Queen's account. So, Frankie, how dare you? Don't call me
I
out
do it
for
every
this side of
time.
the space.
Bro, she just rolled
Okay.
that bus right over you. She's rolled that
Right
bus
over
right
me.
over you, dude.
It was me. I confess it. The title of the space is because of me. And so now that I've been called out, but you know what? I got 4 kids somehow, so you know I'm not that clean and pure as everybody thinks that I am. Anyways, so guys, thank you for coming into the Queen space. We really appreciate you. We are going to continue to have our spaces every Wednesday and occasionally our Sunday tea spaces when everybody becomes available. I just want to give a shout out to Erica Rand. I have posted her Twitter link above that she's hosting a space here in the next few minutes. She's going to be interviewing a leader from the Hopi tribe. Shout out to her. If you have any questions, please DM her. She's going to be asking him. And then also to anybody who is wanting to host their own official event for their community, I have pinned the Google link to Cass's post. And also as a inspiration to the Japan event, there is a video recap of the Gazai official event that was in Tokyo. Thank you everyone for coming. Have a wonderful week. Happy summer. Happy solstice day. You guys are so incredible. We love you. We are proud of you. Keep building. Stay with us. Frankie, would you like to say any last parting words before I turn on some music?
No, that was fire. Thank you all. Love you lots. Have a drippy kid. Anya said get to work, so I'm just quoting the queen.
oh, real quick, by the way, Franklin, I know that, like I said, I'm very efficient with my words, so I truly mean this when I say that, like, you're actually really cool and chill, and I actually do enjoy your music, because that's how I discovered you to begin with on a different account. So there's no beef here. I know that, like, I come across as that, unfortunately, but that's the autism for you. I'm not gonna perform. I'm sorry, I just won't. But otherwise, yeah, well, I fuck with y'all.
Appreciate you, fam. I promise you, y'all could. I get roasted in the spaces on the regular. It is never beef. It is never that personal. We love you though, and thank you for being here. And thank you for the compliment on my music. Thank you.
Keep it vegan, no beef.
Dude, mad vegan. Like vegan for days. Okay, Anya, are you gonna play music, or is it just like this, like vegan beef?
I'm going. I was just waiting for you guys to finish your thoughts. I don't wanna, I don't wanna stop you. You know, your creative visions for what you want to say.
Wouldn't be a space if it was Frankie freaking out over a moment of silence. He literally did.
He said, I'm out.
That's so funny.
Said,
Oh
I
my
can't do this
God.
anymore. I'm out.
Yeah, she's like sitting in a closet somewhere, just like living her worst nightmare.
Shout out to CLXRB and Fair Liquid for the beats.